What's going on, guys? This is Ken at the What's New Barbecue. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to be doing something that I have yet to do on the REC TEC RT700. We're going to be rolling hot and fast. And if you're not familiar with the hot and fast process, what that basically means is we're going to be cooking at a temperature between 300 and 350 degrees. I'll dial in that pit and let it roll from there, and it actually increases the speed of the cook, obviously with the higher level of heat. But we're going to season this up. We're going to show you what that brisket looks like here in a minute. If this is your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscription button and that bell so you can keep track of this barbecue journey. I'm excited to see how this brisket turns out, hot and fast on the REC TEC. Y'all stick around and we'll get right to it. Alright guys, it's time to get our brisket all seasoned up, but first we gotta trim it. First off, I'm gonna have me a nice drink of this Topo Chico. Cheers, y'all. It's the spot. Set this right over here. Wanted to show y'all the seasoning that we're working with today, and it's from SuckleBusters. We're gonna hit it with two of their seasonings. First gonna be the salt, pepper, garlic. And then we're going to follow that up with their 1836. This is going to go great on this beef brisket. Now we got us a big boy right here. This is right under 18 pounds, so we do have some trimming to do, so that's what we're going to do first. Now, some of this fat's not going to be any help to us at all during our cook, so we want to go ahead and get it out. We are doing hot and fast though, so you got to skate that fine line of you need some fat left on your meat to protect it while we're going hot and fast. We're going to be cooking at around 340 degrees the entire time. As always, you want to remove this decal here. It's never going to be good. Just go in there and cut around it. It comes right off, just like that. You can see that's not going to help at all, so we're going to throw that away. Set that off to the side for now. And I'm going to just keep feeling around, and you can see and feel where the stiff fat is, and you can tell what's not going to render down very well during the cook. That comes with time, but the more brisket you trim up and cook, the more you'll see what you're looking for. You'll realize what you do want in a brisket and what you don't. And the best thing you can do is prep your brisket for success before you even put it on the smoker. So the way you trim it is very important. The way you season it is very important. And the temperatures you're cooking at are also very important depending on what you're trying to do. I'm going to just square this off right here. This is just one big chunk of fat. And I like to have my briskets a little bit more aerodynamic in shape anyway, so this will help with that as well. I'm going to go ahead and finish trimming up this brisket, get it ready for seasoning, and when I do, I'll catch right back up with y'all. Alright guys, we've got this all trimmed up, and I would say we probably took off about 2.5 pounds off of this sucker, so we're right over there in the 15-pound range still. It's a big boy. Actually, let me get this camera turned around and I'll show you what the brisket looks like, and then we'll season it. Alright guys, this is the brisket, how it's looking. Like I said, we took about 2.5 pounds off of it probably. You can see I took a good section of that out. And I cleaned up the back side here and took a little bit off of the fat cap. But I'd say we've got a good enough fat to meat ratio for a hot and fast cook. So let's get this seasoned up. When you're cooking hot and fast, you want to make sure your seasonings don't have a bunch of sugar in it. With that high temperature, that can cause your seasoning to kind of char and create a bitter taste on your meat. So that's what we're trying to stay away from. So we're going to keep it simple. Salt, pepper, garlic, and this 1836 blend here, which is just a nice peppery blend. I think it'll go great on this brisket. let's go ahead and get this seasoned up now. Like I said, we're going to start out with the salt, pepper, garlic, a nice coat of that. And some people out there think salt, pepper, garlic, that's too simple. That can't be what all you put on your brisket is. And the reality of it is simple, but the quality of your salt, pepper, garlic content is what really matters. So you can go salt, pepper, garlic only, but you want to make sure that it's good quality texture. So you can get those good flavors. Such a great day outside, I decided we were going to roll some smoke. Go back over it over here. There you go. And I can touch up the sides and stuff before I put it on the smoker. Go ahead and open up this bad boy here and get it on. It's a little windy out here, so sorry if you see me losing some seasonings here. Man, this is already smelling good. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and finish up this brisket, getting it seasoned up, and I will meet y'all right over here at the smoker when I do, and I'm going to crank the temperature up to 340 degrees. That's what we're going to cook at for this entire cook. I'll catch up with y'all here in a second. Alright guys, we've got our brisket onto the smoker, fat side up, and I cranked the temperature up to 340 degrees for our cook. We're going to be spritzing this brisket with just some regular water, just plain old water every hour. So we're going to go ahead and shut this lid down and let the pit come up to temperature and start cooking. I'll catch up with y'all in an hour. We are at that hour mark where I told y'all we'd check on our brisket. Reminder, we've been rolling at 340 degrees, and now we're going to spritz it with some water. Let's take a peek and see what it looks like. It smells awesome already. It's starting to take on a nice color. I want to go ahead and spray it down with some water. Just like that to make sure it stays nice and juicy. The seasoning's got great texture on it. It's going to really make a nice bark. What I'm going to do is keep spritzing this every hour, and I will update y'all at the 4-hour mark and see what we look like at that point. I'll catch back up with y'all here in a little bit. Alright guys, we're right at that 4-hour checkpoint. Reminder, we've been running at 340 degrees. We're sitting at 153 degrees internal on the brisket, and we went ahead and threw on a couple chicken breasts over here for dinner tonight. But the bark's coming along nice. I'm going to let it roll to 165 degrees, and then we're going to wrap it in butcher paper. What I have been doing is spritzing it every hour with water, so that's what we're going to do. Alright guys, our brisket is at 165 degrees internal, and that's when we're going to wrap it in butcher paper. Take a look at that. It's looking real good. That fat's breaking down well. Move those chicken breasts over here. They're almost done. Let me go ahead and get this over to the butcher paper, and we'll get it wrapped up. Alright guys, we just pulled the brisket off. Wow, look at that. We're going to get this wrapped up with the butcher paper. Just literally rotate it like that. Tuck our edges in here. It's a big brisket. I hope it all fits in this butcher paper. Roll it one more time there. Just like that. That's how it's going to set on the smoker until it gets to 205 degrees. Boom, on the money. As you can see, we had the set point to 340. The actual on the pit is 340, and our brisket just hit that 205 internal. Alright guys, it took 6.5 hours to get this 15-pound brisket cooked hot and fast at 340 degrees. Let's take a cut into here and see what it's looking like. It's extra tender. Look at that. Let's keep cutting into it. Oh yeah, it's extra tender, way juicy. Look at that right there. Looking great. Let's cut into it a little deeper right here and see what it looks like. Looking good. I'm going to go ahead and cut this up a little bit more and we'll give it a taste. Alright guys, y'all saw what that brisket looked like. I still can't believe that 15-pound brisket cooked in 6 hours and 15 minutes. Remember, we were cooking at 340 degrees the entire cook. Look at this brisket, guys. Looking awesome. Completely tender. Right there. Let's give it a taste. It is so tender. 6 hours, 15 minutes. This is a perfect brisket. The bark's awesome. That flavor's awesome. You still got a smoke flavor. And that rub goes perfect on this. The REC TEC knocked out that hot and fast brisket today. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscription button and that bell so you can keep track of this barbecue journey. I appreciate y'all for stopping by What's New Barbecue. Until next time, y'all keep on barbecuing. I'm gonna finish this brisket.